Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Brad Hand. I'm here with Mr. Timmy Mathier, better known as T-Matt on the field, back when he was an outstanding linebacker for the Kansas City Chiefs. So in chapter 1, we saw Tuepenz. He got on the field, and he was still a little shaky in the beginning.
Right.
And we noticed that he was getting back to himself.
Yeah.
Tim, what did you notice about him when he was getting back to himself?
I think first I noticed him on the sideline sitting by himself. And man, when I seen him sitting by himself, I know everybody was looking like, what the heck's he doing? But I knew what the heck he was doing. He was just getting back to self. And sometimes you got to isolate yourself just to get back to yourself. Then I saw him having a really good talk with Coach Pittman. And after that, he was on point.
Definitely.
Yes. I agree 100% with your sentiments, Tim. And I definitely want to just add that once we notice Dr. Tuepenz get back to himself, his passes looked a lot more crisp and his throws were picture perfect. And with that said, we're going to take a look at some highlights from Chapter 1. Chapter 1, Getting Back to Self.
When you're sitting on the sideline watching the game being played without you, it can feel like you're being burned alive. I mean, who in the hell wants to ride the bench? Every player has a burning desire to play, which is great. If you're going to be a player of a game, how can you play if you don't get to play? The first thing you'll have to do is look at the things keeping you out of the game. This will help you align yourself with the requirements to be a player in whatever game you're playing. Essentially, that is what self-awareness does for you and why it is important that you get back to yourself. Another key thing you should remember is that you know nothing at all. What I think some of us confuse with knowing is the state of being aware. Any person with sense knows they don't know anything, but they are aware of themselves and the reality they live in. The great Moji once said, once you think you know something, it goes to sleep in you. This can be broken down in different ways. What I took from it was the thought itself is a demon and it gets settled into the deepest crevice of your cerebral cortex. Why is this bad? Well, the moment the thing you thought you knew is not what you thought it was, disaster is quite imminent. Then comes anger, which leads to bullets spraying all over the place. Always make sure to take at least 15 minutes a day for yourself, just to think. Take the time to properly align your thoughts with your goals and, more importantly, the God within you. By doing this, you can avoid costly mistakes and learn lessons from detailed observations instead of uncomfortable, traumatic life experiences. When I was forced to take the time to go into myself, I didn't understand the process, but I saw it as a way out.
A way out of what, Dr. Tuepenz?
My thoughts. Your thoughts are essentially what take you far from yourself. This is why it is important to be aware of what you surround yourself with, as it all impacts you on a subconscious level.
Gotta get up off the sideline, it's prime time. Gotta get up off the sideline.